Mayamun walked beside you. Bayek is eager to reunite with Aya in Alexandria, where she has been researching the other men responsible for their son's death. Current objective: when ready to leave Siwa, speak with Hapseva. Hapfeza. That's how I call him. Who's... I can never say... Like, I can say it, but I'll never remember. So I'm just gonna call him Hepfeza. Hepfeza! Alright, fast roll. I was about to say, that's an interesting fast travel loading screen. I like how your reflection shows, like, part of you when you're in a certain angle, but it doesn't show the rest of you unless you do this. And even then, his top half is never shown. You can look up his skirt, though. It's not actually a skirt, but... it's like something dangling down. Anyway. Fezza, I'm here. I want to leave. I can't bear being your company.
Be sure you are.
Get me out of here. I'm fucking ready. Time to hunt down the Pharaoh.
I must leave Siwa. There are others to whom I must deliver justice. Especially the one known as the Snake.
How will you find these men?
Aya has been tracking them in Alexandria. I must find her.
She said she would be visiting her cousin at the Great Library.
Great Library?
And she said if you are coming to tell you one word. Serapis.
Serapis? The god that Greeks and Egyptians share. Of course, I see.
And Bayek, do something about that beard.
Goodbye, my friend.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Layla, you need to refill
Oh.
on cyclosporin. Stat. Don't make me...
First steps. Shut up. First steps. I like achievements. Achievements, trophies, whatever you want to call them.
There.
Complete the prologue. Took me 10 episodes. 11.
Layla? Layla,
This is the start. Oh,
come on back. Layla, are you with
I'm actually
me?
playing as a girl.
Habibti.
That's new.
Told you not to call me that.
Thing is, the fastest way to get your attention is to piss you off.
I'm paying attention.
Okay, you need to take a break. The Animus is rejecting you.
I'm fine.
Yes, but your kidneys aren't. Go add more cyclosporin before they shut down.
Yes, Nurse Geary.
That's Medical Officer Geary to you.
Deanna.
How did it go?
My mods are holding. Subject's memories are perfectly clear. If this doesn't convince Abstergo to give me a place on the Animus Project, nothing will.
Amazing! Who do you have in there?
His name is Bayek of Siwa. The death of his son turned him into a killer.
Think you'd be of interest to Abstergo?
Don't start.
You know, they're not going to be happy with how you handled this assignment.
They know I don't work by the book.
Well, this time you lit the book on fire and then stomped on it. Anyway, none of this will matter if you're comatose. Now go get that cyclosporin.
Okay, we're doing this. I didn't actually expect this. I should have, but I didn't. This is interesting, though.
Still looking for the cyclosporin? I definitely packed it in the med kit.
Shut up, I'm trying to look at stuff. Don't have my, looking ability. Are there emails I can read? Ooh. Documentation. Oh. Abstergo Historical Research, Abstergo Industries new employee handwork. Historical Research Division employee manual front page. And this one's called Abstergo Corporation NDA. Made between Layla Hassan and Abstergo Industries on the 1st of the 6th, 2014. I might have that backwards, but I'm assuming it's the first of the 6. Employee will perform services for Abstergo Industries that may require Abstergo Industries to disclose confidential and proprietary information to employee. Confidential information is information of any kind, nature, or description concerning any matters affecting or relating to employees' services for Abstergo Industries. The business or operations of Abstergo Industries and or the products, drawings, plans, processes, animus, experience, or other data, the employee agrees as follows. Employee will not disclose or divulge any will hold the confidential information received in strict confidence and shall exercise an extreme degree of care to prevent disclosure to others. Employee will not disclose or divulge either directly or indirectly the confidential information unless first authorized to do so in writing. Employee will, upon request or upon termination, deliver to Abstergo Industries any drawings, notes, documents, equipment, and material received from Abstergo Industries, or originated from its activities for Abstergo Industries. Abstergo Industries shall have the sole right to determine the treatment of any information that is part or project-specific received from employee, including the right to disclose the same without prior patent applications, to file copyright registration in its own name, or to follow any other procedures Abstergo Industries may deem appropriate. I don't really understand that other paragraph, the one I just read, but that might just be me. So the treatment of any information that is part or project specific. Okay, so if they hand anything in, Abstergo Industries is basically able to do whatever they want with it. Abstergo Industries receives the right to take disciplinary action up to and including termination and memory removal. What? For violation of this agreement? What? Signing below... Okay. What the hell? Memory removal. That's going a little over the top. The mandate of Abstergo's Historical Research Division is to conduct rigorous research into historical events and document this research in meticulous fashion, with a particular focus on investigating previously obscure incidents and shedding light on the historical personages involved therein. Research conducted and compiled by Historical Research Division teams represents a broad potential benefit to a variety of academic disciplines, including archaeology, anthropology, and environmental history and political science. And if you can't read that for some reason, it says it down here. I'm reading all these, by the way, because I like reading these things. Historical Research Division, Visionaries and Pioneers. Understanding yesterday, bettering tomorrow. The Historical Research Division was inspired by the works of Dr. Warren Vidic, who I killed in the third game, a pioneer in the field of genetic memory science. Vidic's work needed raw data research reaching beyond what was available at the time. The Historical Research Division was quickly put together, at first to accommodate Abstergo in its research, and soon took on a life of its own. Dr. Warren Vidic. Dr. Vidic was responsible for Abstergo's first forays into genetic memory exploration. Without the benefit of Vidic's extensive research and rigorous approach to scientific practice, Abstergo would not be what it is today. Alvaro Grammatica. Grammatica's background in mechanical engineering, biology, and computer science helped make him the first to recognize how rich and meaningful historical material acquisition could cement Abstergo's standing in the modern-day landscape. Isabel Ardent. Ardent joined the company as a digital archivist with a deep knowledge of computer science. She ushered in data revolution, which reshaped Abstergo's acquisition, management, and archival of genetic memories. Simon Hathaway. Hathaway is the current head of the Historical Research Division. His insatiable thirst for knowledge of all things human drives the pursuit of historical and memory-based data towards unexplored frontiers. Okay, so there is like the crew. The Historical Research Division, that's who was in it, I'm guessing. I'm not going to remember all those names. Historical Research Philadelphia Facility. An historical city seemed fitting for the facility, thriving for history. Located just minutes away from the famous Delaware River, the building itself was designed in 1985 by the rising architect Jean Nouvel. The facility houses various divisions. Lineage and Acquisition is housed next to Abstergo Medical, and both have very strong ties to historical research and the very special Animus training program. The respected Giovanni Otzoberg oversees the Philadelphia facility known to be a favorite venue for crucial directors' gathering. Of course, nothing eclipses the imposing library and archive hall where all of Abstergo's knowledge, both physical and digital, is said to be stored under impenetrable security. Yeah, impenetrable. What am I trying to say? Impenetrable. Historical research, modern-day historians. Abstergo's historians have nothing in common with the academic scholars you might be thinking of. They master a deep knowledge of historical terms and an uncanny ability to successfully comb through the voluminous databases owned by Abstergo. However, they express their true talents when out in the field, retracing what forgotten stories were left behind. Assisted by cutting-edge technology, each of our tactical team is composed by a technician and a medical officer. Together they gather the knowledge told by forgotten artifacts and extinct bloodlines. They uncover tales thought obsolete and combine the wisdom of oral history with tomorrow's scientific discoveries. These see it all, find it all teams allow Abstergo and all its divisions to push back on their limits of what is known and what can be done better to better the future of each and every one of us. Okay. Oh, so this is just employee material. Historical research. What we know about who we are and what our purpose is in this universe will shape the scientific breakthroughs of tomorrow. Men and women have been looking at foreign galaxies and the Challenger deep for answers or shreds of evidence that could open the door to this next scientific revolution. Abstergo turned to a far more familiar phenomenon for answers. Us, humans. Perhaps the answer is within each and every one of us. Within, I think that's meant to say. Yeah, I think that's meant to say within. The human's genome conceals our blueprints, but perhaps it continues a lot more. Today we are exploring genetic memories, and we are already applying our knowledge to improve our perform as individual, but also as a global society. Tomorrow we might explore memories hidden in structures, far more obscure than the human and who knows... Wait, what? The human and... Who knows what we'll find? Such is the task of our medical endeavors. We do not strive to heal the body through our direct cure. We strive to use our understanding of chemistry and biology to change the way we lead our lives for the better. Okay, on to the field guide. Abstergo Historical Research Division, Historical Tactical Team Field Manual. Hopefully this isn't as much reading. Emergency procedures, managing and balancing initiative when in the field. Standard procedures require both members of a tactical historical team to signal without further delay any changes occurring on an ongoing mission. Changes in deployment, operations, methodology, timing, person of interest and or expected results need to be communicated and approved by proper channels both throughout central dispatch and internal memo. Unauthorized action is to be considered only in the face of imminent danger or if facing the threat of permanently compromising an operation by losing crucial data beyond our means of historical recovery. Portable Animus Sarcophagus HR8. Oh, that's what that is. 2 high-performance laptops, portable inverter generator, 4x5 gallon gas can, subject to vary with mission. 1 thermoelectric cooler with rations, facultative for most urban setting operations. Okay, so you got a cooler, you got gas, you got an inverter generator, which is portable. You got 2 laptops, and you got an Animus. SUV, I'm guessing that's the car. I don't know car names that well, but I definitely know your SUV. 6,900 labors towing capacity. Equivalent will be supplied if Abstergo issue vehicles are not available or if abroad with no access to Abstergo's float. And 1 standard issue pharmaceutical kit complete with certified chemical set, auto injector, cannula, and defibrillator. Well, they definitely got a lot of stuff going for them. Didn't list anything about food though, so what are they surviving on? Portable Animus FAQ. How do I adjust the portable Animus settings? Don't! Under no circumstances should this equipment be tampered with. The technician must connect to the instrument using the approved procedure only. The vital signs will then be monitored by the medical officer either locally or remotely. According to the readings, the medic may suggest course corrections and or best use of the medical equipment made available in the standard issue pharmaceutical kit to ensure the health and safety of the Animus user. And what is the procedure in case of power failure? In circumstances where the portal Animus cannot be connected to a standard power supply, the generator providing the technician's equipment offers 5-day autonomy of use with the standard supply of gasoline. If at any time power shortages or failures are observed during Animus use, it is the duty of the medical officer to notify the technician or to terminate Animus activities until a reliable power supply can be found. The Animus includes a failsafe that prevents serious physical harm to the user. And second last one. Transfer of rights. Disclaimer. Abstergo Industries owns or retains the rights to all intellectual property and data that may stem from the activities of a member of any HTT. They mentioned what that stands for before and I don't remember it. Both on and off duty. Definitions. The term intellectual property applies to patents. Is there a difference between patents and patients? I always feel like it's a spelling error, but it isn't. Patent applications, inventions, internet activity, archaeological, historical discoveries, genetic exploration and memories, and abilities acquired as a result of the Animus bleeding effect. Also, they've actually accepted that. I thought we were the only ones that accepted that. The term also broadly applies to, and when I say we, I mean the Assassins, applies to medical information, DNA sequencing, databases, registrations, and procedures or techniques discovered through use of the Animus. Unauthorized disclosure of any or all the previously aforementioned items is strictly forbidden and can result in employee termination. And last one. Roles and responsibilities. Historical research division teams are composed of 2 Abstergo operatives. The efficiency of each team is based both on excellence of individual skill sets and on the successful integration of those skill sets into a functioning whole, so a team, I'm guessing. Medical officer conducts genetic/chemical/composite/geological analysis of artifacts/person of interest. Ensures the health and safety of both team members. Assesses personnel activities that may harm the success of an operation in progress. Provides chemical and pharmaceutical support to artifacts/person of interest as required. And monitors the technician's Animus readings and provides appropriate support. So I'm guessing Deanna is our medical officer? Technician oversees tracking and extraction of artifacts/person of interest, access the Animus if required, provides necessary technical support for the operation, acts as primary point of contact for central dispatch, prepares operations reports. Okay, so this is Lydia. Lydia is the, I think that's her name. I will figure it out later. Oh, Layla. Layla, I can see it, I can see it right here. So she's the, what was it? The technician. Okay. Animus design. Is there meant to be something in here? I feel like this should have something in it, and it doesn't. Bayek notes. It worked! I mean, the side effects suck, but my portable Animus is up and running. See what I did, Sophia? So, I don't know how long I was in there, but it was long enough. But I think this, what was it again? Medjay, like a cop or sheriff. Note to self, look this up, find a good description. Bayek could be a member of this Brotherhood of Assassins, same as the other subjects Abstergo has been studying. List of things so far. The man is just as stubborn as I am. He's good at talking to people and fighting too. People see him as a protector and defender. His community admires and respects him. He's a shadow when it comes to not being seen. Yeah, I guess he fits the profile in part, but I wonder. He's got the tortured soul thing down pat. Hell-bent on vengeance and all that stuff. He's got his own thing going on. I could feel it as though it were me, which I guess it was for a while. This is so weird, his feelings. He has so much anger, sadness and hate, so much guilt. Anyway, I needed more information. Ah yeah, I remember that name coming up. I remember the flutter in Bayek's stomach when he heard it. Maybe she's the answer. Only one way to find out. Dee's gonna love this. Whoa, this is good. Because you don't get how the main protagonists and stuff feel when they're in certain situations. And so the person in the Animus feels it, but we don't, like the player. So if they make notes of this and we know exactly what Bayek feels during certain moments, that'll make it so much better. Okay. What? What's this? The empirical truth / Templar Order. Okay. Guessing this is Deanna. Deanna's online. Intro, The Gone Files. Over the years, I've seen my fair share of crazy shit at Abstergo. What the hell, Abstergo? Broken promises, backstabbing, obscure HR procedures, false pretense. You see that in every corporation. But people or key players leaving or disappearing or dying in mysterious circumstances. It's right out of a conspiracy theory movie. Sometimes there's not a word from higher management, just like that person was never here in the first place. At other times we get a lame-ass excuse that smells of bullshit. When I think about the people that left, when I think about how Abstergo dealt with their departure, something just doesn't add up. I knew some of them. They weren't the kind of people who just quit to accept a job next door for a salary bump. I'm missing something. What is it? What really happened to these people? Do their disappearance have more meaning than management would like us to believe? Abstergo, if I could open you with a 2x4 screwdriver to find out what's behind that nice and shiny facade of you. Facade? Facade? I've never really known how to pronounce that word. Of yours. I asked Layla England about it once. Layla. I made a vague reference to subject 17. Oh. And she sharply answered to keep to my stuff and stay out of it. Those are the exact magical words you don't want to have with me. Just ask my dad. Oh boy, bringing up Desmond. Alan Rickey. So these are people that have just gone missing, I'm guessing. The coroner never had time to properly examine Rickon's body. Abstergo must have managed to get it back. Why do they want the corpse back so soon? Was there anything they do not want the coroner to know? They put on quite the ceremony for the funeral, but they could have waited a few days. What the fuck is with this guy's anatomy? Is that the word? Anatomy? Autonomy or something? His body, it just looks so weird. If this is meant to be a guy... I don't know. It's not like he was going anywhere. I went through Case Fisher's files, and the guy does have a few buried post-mortem posters, but nothing on Rickon. Okay. Time of death was 9/29. He was born in 1951, died in 2016. Marks and wounds, blade damage to the trachea, horizontal incision of neck. So he was basically cut at the neck. But his hand was... Right hand shows slight antemortem burn. Antemortem. What does that mean? That's from unknown origin. Does that mean before? Yeah, postmortem is afterwards, so antemortem would be before. Deputy Civilian Sullivan is name. The date... I did it the day afterwards. Okay. That's the night Alan Rickon died. No one I know was invited to that assembly. Not that I would have gone anyway. Too gilded for my taste. But still, what was the ceremony for, and what really happened that night? In your attendance we trust, Dr. Alan Rickon addresses the assembly. Grand Templar Hall, London. December 14th, 2016 at 9 o'clock in the evening. That fucking Templars. Ugh. The media reported Rickon's death as a gas leak accident. I was able to corroborate the operation with emergency services and the fire brigade, but the information I found on the gas pressure levels that night showed that they were pretty stable. Something doesn't add up. Why? What is it with Abstergo's higher-ups and unfortunate accidents? Incidents, anyway. A gas leak shuts down West End London district. Emergency services are still evacuating hundreds of people after a severe gas leak was reported in Holborn this evening. The incident occurred at about 9 p.m. A 35-meter cordon had been put in place. At least one fatality was reported, a man named Alan Rickon, who was... present at a reception taking place in the... something, I can't read that. Knock? Wellborn or something? I don't know. Gotta learn to scroll down, I'm Layla. L. Hassan, that's Layla, to S. Rickon. Sophia, I've just seen the news about your dad. Please let me know you're okay. I know you had to be there too. They're still evacuating people from the district, and honestly, that gas leak story seems like the worst cover-up. I know you told me to stop the emails, but tonight I really need to know, are you okay? Did she end up answering back, though? Isabella Ardent. Abstergo took a full year to replace Isabel. Alvaro Gramedica oversaw the operations here in the meantime. Simon Hathaway was a strange choice. I always thought Rickon and Gramedica never really appreciated his work. But he must be doing something right. After all, he's still here and he's not dead. Yet. To the historical research employees, subject of official nomination. It is with great pleasure that I announce today the nomination of Mr. Simon Hathaway as head of Abstergo's Industries' Historical Research Division. He will be assisted by Miss Victoria Bibe. Although almost a year has passed since Miss Ardent's unfortunate incident. We are confident that our long search has turned up the perfect candidate to pilot the future of the division. Mr. Hathaway presented me some innovative hypothesis which could shake up the direction of the division. I ask you to assist him in any way possible so that we can make his vision a success for all of us. Okay. Isabel Ardent, something, and Gramedica went through a lot to make sure the email was destroyed. 80,000 years ago, strange architectural shapes and humanoids. What on earth is she talking about? Where is the standard sample today? So this is from Isabel to Alvaro Gramedica on October 31st, and precursor memo. Alvaro, I hope you're sitting down. Something was extracted from the standard sample last week. The total video amounts to barely 2.7 seconds at 60 frames per second from a total of something memories. But even with this obscure sample, I'm already getting butterflies. Something. I pull in my stomach? I'm not really sure. I pulled one frame from the video to show you how mangled the data is. But even at this quality, some striking details emerge. Note that figures a full 20-inch taller on average than the humanoids nearby. The architecture looks like some combination of Sumerian, Egyptian, and Babylonian, but the metals they're using are something alloys. Elsewhere, we see stranger architectural shapes. These structures have no modern precedent anywhere in the world, though the memory's geostamp gives us a location southwest of the something. Unfortunately, most of the geostamps on these images are confusing. Some point to a location in modern Jordan some 80,000 years ago, other to a few locations in something in Ethiopia. But so far, we haven't been able to nail anything down with much precision. Archive Crawler was not able to reconstruct clustered data with integrity. Okay. I know Abstergo well enough to suspect they weren't doing this out of charity. The Restoration gave historical research unprecedented access to Buckingham Palace. But what was Arden doing there? What was she looking for? They never told us what really happened to her. And let's face it, the official version doesn't make any sense. What was so delicate that she couldn't send a team through normal channels? Prominent... Oh, she looks like a bitch. What the fuck is with that face? Oh, I just realized you can't see him. Prominent scholar electrocuted... Whoa, what? Electrocuted in Buckingham Palace. Renowned historian Isabel Ardent met an unlikely end while conducting restoration work in one of Buckingham Palace. This is newly reopened rooms. Wiring data dating from the first electrification of the palace throughout the 1880s seems to be at the source of the incident. During World War II, many of the palace's 775 rooms were closed off for the security reasons, and Abstergo's Historical Research Division just recently offered the Crown Estate to organize and something the... I don't know what that says. Okay. Olivia Garneau. Olivia Garneau was alive and well in Chicago in 2014, even if his disappearance was reported way back in 2013. If his money trails is made to be believed, he was dining alone in May 2014. Who on earth orders an extra country gravy? What? Sure. Is that Twinkies or Linkies? What? Michigan Avenue, Chicago. I'll admit, it's hard to know what's going on in this scene. Oh my god, it's Watch Dogs. It literally is. That's canon. That's fucking canon. Like, there was a side mission where you kill Olivia Garneau, but I'm so glad to see that's actually canon. From what I could tell from the CCTV footage, the plates matched Olivia Garneau's car rental, and it does look like him, but, well, that's not his best angle. To say the least, it's all speculation, of course, because the official version is that he never made it to Chicago, but I know otherwise. Ho! Ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho, Desmond! Found Subject 17's initial medical report after a team picked him up in NYC and flew him over to the Abstergo campus in Rome. He was fit and cleared for the Animus in September 2012, willingly collaborating in the project, and yet he was found dead 3 months later in a cave in upstate New York, apparently on the run. What happened to him? Why did he leave? This girl is going crazy with the research. Has the patient suffered any of the following conditions? Nothing, but menstrual disorders is a not known one. Exposure duration 6 hours. Review of systems being completed by examiner. Date of birth is 1980, 81, 84. Patient has no. I'm just going to read it down here. Patient has no active complaints, no active distress, no prior history. Blood pressure on normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis, no significant traces of chemicals that could lead to neurological disorder. No indication that patient would prone to neurosis. Unlike previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. For now, you are clear to proceed, Damien Saravocus. Okay. Oh, if Stoker had a thing for Desmond, they went for him specifically. Team was assigned to pick up a person of interest in September 2012 in Washington Square Park. They didn't even take him back to the Philly office. They flew him directly to Dr. Warren Vidic in Rome. If that's not some serious interest, I don't know what that is. If you have any information, please contact us at thetemplarsrule.com. Have you seen this man, Desmond Miles? Brown hair, brown eyes. Oh my god, it's me. Wearing white hoodie and dark jeans, because why the fuck not? They're meant to be assassins, but yet they're so obviously, like, not that sneaky, if they're wearing white hoods. Dug this out from the Case Fisher's files. Proof that Desmond's DNA found its way back to Abstergo after all. How did he die, and what's up with these burns on his arm? Oh yeah, that's because he touched the thing while Juno took over or something. Seriously, man, I didn't ask you to undress my naked body. Jeez. Name Desmond Miles, ID subject number 17, status deceased. William Miles' final message to his son Desmond. Miles Sr. was in Cairo when Abstergo found him. Looks like subject 17 busted him out of our Italian facility a few days before he died. Oh, so it wasn't that long between Revelations and number 3. I know you think it's dangerous for me to head to Egypt on my own, and you're probably right. Wouldn't be surprised if Cross is already there. They're looking those things down left and right, but we don't have a lot of options. If there's a chance to grab the last power source, we've got to take it. Promise I'll be careful. I've been fighting these bastards since before you were born, literally. Oh no, this is when he went to get that power source. From William Miles. I'm sorry. They're going to be here soon. Trapped me in this damn museum. Should have taken more precautions. I'm sorry, son. It wasn't fair for me to come down on you the way I did. You never asked for any of this. That's a typo. And I should have been more understanding. I hope you can forgive me. I love you. But his father didn't die. So I'm guessing Layla's going to assume that the father died? But he didn't? I think he didn't. Anyway, that's all of them. Whew. Wait, no, there's one more. Security footage from Warren Viddick's office a few days before Subject 17's death. It's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's William Miles, Desmond's father. Why did Abstergo detain him? Alright, that's all of them. Oh god, there's more! No! Like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with lore of the character. But fucking Christ, there's so much! Oh, how long are these? Oh, fucking hell. Kill me now. Kill me now. Layla Hassan to Sophia Rickham. Morning, Sophia. I spent the whole night looking at the sketches you sent me, and you're all looking at it the wrong way. If you really are thinking about a robotic arm for the Animus Aerie, then my only advice is this. Mark my words, inverted 6-axis motion rig. You want it to be able to give the subject some leeway, some sense of freedom, and yet allow the core of the machine to stay connected no matter what kind of crazy gymnastics your subject is performing. So make sure the hydraulic actuators are top-notch, nothing under 6000 ISB, you'll know just by listening to them. If they sound like a groom on the last night of the bachelor bender, change them. They aren't worth your time, and they'll only obstruct your subject's movements. If I'm going to have to read all of these, I'm having some fun with it. Just to make sure I understand you correctly, you are actually proposing that we suspend our subjects in mid-air by the means of a large motorized mechanical device. I must have read your email 5 times, just to make sure. At first I thought you were joking, but I dropped the idea in Gabriel King's ear, our chief engineer here in Madrid, and his initial reaction was quite like mine, until something changed his smile. Yeah, changed in his smile. Let's say we would consider a 6-axis motion rig. This is all hypothetical, of course, but please indulge me. Would there be any plausible compatibility between this rig and the aperture bearing I showed you the other day? Could we ensure the stability of the needle and its positioning to the subject's backbone? I feel like I'm teetering on the frontiers of science and nonsense. It's crazy talk, but it's exhilarating crazy talk. I'm gonna have to work on a voice for Layla. From Isabel Ardent. In light of recent events, I have been no choice to take appropriate disciplining measures and request a performance improvement plan through operations. Okay, I'm just going to talk normally. I know you barely just came back, but I feel it's better to do it now than to let things sour again. We'll put you in contact with a coach to help you deal with some of the issues you've been experiencing here. The results last time were encouraging, so perhaps we can resort to that strategy once again. Dr. Lees has even agreed to meet with you again, but rest assured we would be open to changing the coach if you so desire. You are so bold, and your work here is appreciated, but the procedures in place are not only here to protect you, but also Abstergo. And if you can't give an ounce of care to your own safety, then perhaps you can show a little respect for the hand that feeds you. Work with us, Layla. That's all we're asking. I just visited your online shop for the first time, and I must say, you hide your cards pretty well, Miss Deanna. Who knew a poised and professional medical officer could have such a foul, potty mouth? Needless to say, I'm buying a bunch of your cross-stitch patterns. I'm keeping some for me, but I'll also offer some of them around. I think you have the perfect one for Ottoberg. Keeps taking my parking place. Cross-stitch patterns. What? Mr. Berg, I'm afraid you've developed the bad habit of parking in my allotted space. Now I know you're higher than me in the Abstergo food chain, and your car clearly is less rust than mine from 1987 sports car. My HR hiring paper clearly states that 23FG is Layla Hassan's, so I would appreciate it if you could park your vehicle fucking somewhere else. The day you get an assignment done properly is the day I might decide to consider your request. Now you can place a formal complaint, but knowing how much you treasure procedures, I'll assume you probably won't even know where to look for the form. Also, I'm keeping a little cross-stitching gift. Even though it's offensive, the workmanship is quite spectacular. I'm loving this. Sophia, hello? Don't leave me hanging here. Tell me, how's the work on the device progressing? Did you guys finally build a prototype? You can't just ask stuff and then shut me out. It doesn't work that way. Why can't you just fly me there? I mean, if it's even if it's just a temporary position, something in interim, frickin' Abstergo janitor for all I care. I could help your team way better on location than through this free chip-ass once-in-a-blue-moon email consultation. It makes me feel dirty every single time you do it, and I've told you how I feel before. Yet here we are again. Either you don't care or this Eureka effect is getting you drunk on epiphanies. Think about it, Sophia. This is getting really frustrating. Jesus Christ. So Sophia's refusing to meet up, and she only messages, like, emails back rarely. Wow, that's funny. Okay, here we go. Sophia, I just heard you guys are working on a portable version of the Aerie. Is that true? A portable Animus? How could you not tell me? How could you still send me on some bland email, asking seemingly innocent questions, and then turn around and work on the most exciting freaking machine ever, without even letting me in on it, while knowing it has my name all over it? Just who do you think I am? A fortune-telling machine? A secret little muse hiding in the shadows? Those were good for absinthe-soaked 19th century poets, and they all died of syphilis. Enough with the penny hikers of wisdom. I've given you all I have, my time, my brain power, my trust, and if it's not worth a place within your team, I'm not sure what is. I'm terrible with girl voices. Mr. Hathaway, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your kind words. I know I'm not always the easiest person to work with, but somehow you always seem to have the right words to defuse the situation. I really enjoyed our lunch last week, and your advice was more than welcome. Trust me when I say these are not words I'm used to saying. It shows that you have a genuine passion about what you are doing, and I really appreciate that. I had a small favor to ask. I swear I wasn't buttering you up for this. I don't butter people up, ever. I was wondering if our HTT could be tasked with more person of interest type assignments. Not that I'm not enjoying the operations, but I could use some variety. And who knows, it might help with my social skills improvement plan. Just something to think about. My voice. Hey, Layla. Alan Rickon died while attending something. You thought he had to wear a black cape to attend to him. That's creepy, I know, and you're worried sick about Sophia. That's understandable. Oh. And you're worried sick about Sophia, that's understandable. There's nothing on his daughter in the papers or the Abstergo memos, so the fact that she's not answering doesn't mean she's in harm's way. Pretending a little tinkering project is helping. You change your mind is bogus, and you know it. Why don't you come to my folks' place for Christmas holiday? We'll celebrate whatever it is you wish to celebrate, including the famous specular tradition of not celebrating anything at all. If that's what works for you. My mum will cook some pumpkin pie. My dad will ask us why we won't shoot at rodents, and we'll eat a non-vegan breakfast in a dodgy casino before we spend the day outside snowmobiling. I love North Dakota, but it could sure use a bit of Layla's arm. So yes, it'll be good for both of us. He wore a black cape. Is that meant to hint at Rickon was like an assassin or something? And the Templars killed him off because they found out? I wonder. I know Olivier Garneau wasn't an assassin, but he got killed by assassins. So Alan and Isabel might have been assassins that were in, like, in Abstergo, maybe? You sure know how to make a girl happy. Rodents in a dodgy casino. I think I'll pass. There's nothing I want more than being with my little stone-cold crazy machine right now. I've just come up with an idea for the sequencer and I can't get it out of my head. So far it's only a sketch on a dirty placemat, so I have to get busy if I want to test it before I go into retirement, if that ever happens. Sorry I'm being an ass. It's a very nice offer, Dee, and I appreciate your concern, but I'll be fine, don't worry, I always am. Besides, I promised Hathaway I'd complete my operation reports. I must be 10 or 12 behind. Most of them hardly have anything besides our names in the mention done. He told me they had to be completed before the end of the year, otherwise he would file a formal complaint to operations, which could mean more coaching from the mediator, and that is just pure torture. No, I like the guy, so I'll cut him some slack and get him his reports before he gets to sing Old Lace Sign. My voice, I don't like girl voices, but meh. If you say so, let me know if you need any help with those reports. How about we get out of here and grab some takeout? You can show me the progress in your little project. Might have an idea for the dialysis unit. Dee, change your plans. I know you're waiting in your little hotel room in downtown San Francisco, and you think I'm heading towards the wharf, but you're wrong. I had an idea, and I'm about to board a flight to Tokyo, and I'm on my way to Anagawa, Japan. Don't freak out, I know what I'm doing. Just be ready to pick up on your side. In 24 hours or so, I'll need your remote assist. Oh, so Deanna's not actually here with us. We just call her up. Okay, she's in San Francisco, and we're currently in Japan? Onagawa? Okay. From Deanna to Layla. I got what you asked for. I was able to get my hands on 4 of the drugs we discussed. It was easier than I thought it would be. Everybody has a price, and that includes doctors and lab assistants. I'll keep the immunosuppressant in the sealed casing for now. Unless I get a sudden taste for muscles and a large shoulders, in which case your steroids are all mine. I'm jesting, of course. Are you free today? Are you free Friday? Let's go to the movies or binge on some police procedural TV series. You know, so we can call out all the fake stuff they're doing. Talk to you later. AMA from Layla to Deanna. Hey Dee, allow me to copy-paste this glorious extract from my July 1st AMA. The internet is just like the ocean, you know. There are some really cool fish and reefs and sunken U-boats, but once in a while there are these trashed rubber duckies that crossed half the globe to gather in piles of useless rubbish, and no one knows how to get rid of them. LH. Hey, I'm Layla-san, AMA. At Little Beto Liz. Hi there, I was wondering what's your favorite geek sound? Like, what sound do you love falling asleep to? LH. I love the clicking of blue mechanical keyboard switches. They just had the most satisfying clicks ever. I think I would have slept like an angel in an early 1920s bullpen. All those typewriting clicks. At Scuffle Scobble. What's your favorite song, and what does it remind you of? Easy Overtime Food by Raw Victoria. When I karaoke, it's the one song I have to sing every single time. It reminds me of the night I met them backstage at the Madison Square Garden back in 2000. I'm usually the one turning it up to 11 by that time. I was so thunderstruck I could hardly move. Pics or it didn't happen. Pics happen, but there's no way they ever go public. So... Oh. So she did this extract, but she's calling it useless rubbish and she can't get rid of it. Okay, I thought... For a second though, I'm like, oh, did someone pretend to be her? No, okay. Hey Dee, I wish there was an audio message so you could hear the nice roar of the portable animus. Everything seems to be in perfect order. The software is running my vitals as shown perfectly, and all the tests done in the DNA samples are turning up positive. I've combined some strange strands, and somehow the sequencer always returns a valid simulation to play. I haven't dared to go into any of them. Not alone, not without you, and the animus isn't ready for a live test either. Maybe I'm just buying time. But that combined strand of both you and Milton looks tempting. All in due time. All in due time. All in due time. Yeah. My throat's going dry. Oh, fucking hell. Lucky it's Deanna's. Are you flipping crazy? There's so much to yell about, I don't even know where to start. Milton's DNA, really, Layla? How can you bring him into this? The poor guy, give him a break. I mean, you want to use Subject 17's DNA? Fine, he's dead. But Milton, my Milton, you access his file to save his ass, and you think stealing his DNA profile at the same time is okay. I'll tell you once, my man is off limits. You erase the data now. Oh, and yes, there was a second thing. Do not go into your animus. You're a whiz and a genius and a geek and an engineer extraordinaire. But you're not insane. We don't know if it works, we don't know what it does, and we don't even know what kind of simulation it runs. Remember the story about Alien Bach, Subject Zero? Wait, what? The Surrogate Initiative? She was exploring other people's genetic memories and ended up dead with an effing fried brain. You're not toying with an Omega Animus. Layla, it's the real thing, and if you ever want to go in there, we'll need to take all the proper precautions. Please, Layla, I'd hate to see something happen to you. Just wait for me, okay? Yeah, that's a good point, because in the games we've played so far of Assassin's Creed, the Animus hasn't proven to have any problems on the person, besides the bleeding effect. So if this game starts going into the dangers of the Animus, that'd be good. Hey Dee, can you pack up the sealed container with the immunosuppressants? Just in case, I know the assignment states we're going after yet another artifact of high interest, but well, you never know. What if there's something else? Can you imagine this could be a chance to try out our version of the Portal Animus in the field? I'm not talking about actually synchronizing with a simulation. Well, I might, but I'm not. Really, I promise. But you never know. Maybe I'll just do a squenching test if I find something. If. See? It's confidential. Conditional. I'll repeat it one more time. If. Feel better? Time to pack. Still good for tonight. Drinks are on me. L. Wow, why is my head still spinning? Barely had more than a few drinks. But I just thought of something. You know how the Animus sequences DNA to run simulations based on genetic memories? What if, and this might be the fifth old-fashioned talking here, what if we could actually find a way to do the same through inorganic matter? Sure would be out of... Okay, I read that as condoms. I'm sorry. Codons. But we'd still have molecule structures to work with. I mean, it took years for Dr. Vidic to crack genetic memories, and once he got to them, he went nuclear on decoding them. What if he stopped too fast? What if isomers are packed with molecule-deep memories? Okay, maybe molecules are too big. Maybe we need to consider that the information might be stored deep down in the subatomic level. Why would memory latch uniquely onto organic molecules? I mean, I've seen stranger things, but somehow I just can't find any plausible reason why it wouldn't. I wish my middle of the night emails were more about a date I just kicked out or an obnoxious neighbor. Sorry, I guess you're stuck with me. Lucky girl. Yeah, I guess she's just trying to work how genetic memories work. Okay, that's all the emails. Thank God my voice is gonna kill me tomorrow. I'm probably gonna make this into one long episode, by the way. I don't want this covering like 2 episodes. So I'm probably gonna make this one long episode. Didn't I check this folder? I guess I didn't. The Journey Through Time of a Journey Through Time. DNA is more than pure genetic information. It also contains zettabytes of factual and historical data, which we now call genetic memories. The initial goal of the Animus Project was to explore these genetic memories via virtual reality. Breakthroughs, discoveries allow the technology to become a way for Abstergo users to actually interface with history and explore what was once thought lost forever. The Animus software is adaptive, so as the memories unfold, the program adapts subtly to render a customized experience within the framework's boundaries. The experience unravels in the user's conscience. It unlocks reflexes and skills the body was unknowingly hiding. The Animus is a window to the past, the door to the future. Join us as we revisit just how this journey came to be. It was in Philadelphia in 1795 that Philip Singh Physic performed the first human blood transfusion in the history of medicine. The idea of transporting blood from one body to another fascinated the distinguished surgeon, but what he found exceeded his expectation. Fearing the scientific community would not be ready for such revelations, he gave his unpublished paper to his colleague and friend Benjamin Rush. Psychics' knowledge was all but lost under polling, and financed by the Rockefeller Foundation, started research in the restricted archives of the Library Company of Philadelphia, and found the psychic paper that had been secretly preserved by Rush. Polling's work on the Hammer-Globin structure, which was loosely borrowed from Psychic's lost paper, paved the way to his triple and double helix discoveries. Clinton B. Rosenberg, PhD, was hired by Abstergo to keep a very close watch on Dr. Polling's work on DNA structure. He reported his findings directly to the director of Abstergo's Chemical. The relationship eventually turned sour, but the information gathered proved essential to Warren Vidic's Animus project. The earliest concepts for an Animus prototype came from Abstergo Chemicals and appeared in 1960 under the guise of Memoriam S2000. Very little was achieved, and the prototype hardly left the drawing board, although some arrangements were made from the US Army. to test the memoriam through Project MK Ultra. Seriously, you're gonna put that in this? You're gonna say MK Ultra was all because of Abstergo? Okay. 1980 was the year when Warren Vidic was finally able to say mission accomplished. First users were launched in a series of genetic memory explorations, with varying results. San Francisco, the Surrogate Initiative allowed Subject Zero, Aileen Bach, to explore memories outside of the subject's own bloodline, but it turned out to be dangerous as it was costly. The Animus Project focused on allowing users to explore their own genetic memories. Even though the process was painful, it was somewhat safer and showed great promise for the future. Vidic's team at the Abstergo facility in Philadelphia was able to prove this in 1983 using the latest Animus 1.09 and Subject 4's genetic memories. More stable than ever before and with greater control over the well-documented bleeding effect, the Animus 1.28 was developed by the Abstergo facility in Philadelphia in 2002. If the design had evolved over the last 10 years, the technology remained basically the same. It's true very few subjects were able to fully experience the simulations, and those who did could only visit their own genetic memories. The work accomplished by subjects 4 through 17, and later by all the participants in the Anime training program, was critical for the development of Animus technology, and for all of Abstergo Industries' endeavors. Building on the progress made by the Animus Project teams in Philadelphia, Rome, and Madrid, Abstergo Entertainment Division introduces a revolutionary system called the Animus Omega, a game console granting anyone anywhere unprecedented access to a variety of pre-recorded genetic memories. Ah, that's why they're doing the Assassin's Creed games, because they're making a console and you're going to be able to go through history. Oh, it's great! You can play as these people! And you can do whatever you want. You can collect collectibles. You can watch Blackbeard die. You can kill people in one shot until Origins comes in. And you can pilot ships. And you can parkour. And you can do shit like this. It's gonna get all the fanboys. But you can only play it on the... What are they calling it again? The Animus Omega. Fucking hell. Helix later introduced a similar experience through a cloud-based service, eliminating the need for a console altogether. Of course, the simulations offered to the general public are only a fraction of what can be experienced through a genuine Animus system, and allow for limited user interaction. But the technology gains in popularity and global interest soars. Okay. Cloud-based servers. So, like, being able to do it through any piece of technology no matter where you are? Based on VR research, the Animus Project teams realized they could maximize the efficiency of the Animus and even harness the bleeding effect where immersion of physicality combined. Biotechnologies played a critical role in creating the epidural system used by Airy Animus. The visceral nature of the experience drove synchronization levels to new heights, allowing for S-range genetic memory exploration never seen before. Instead of trying to contain the bleeding effect, the Airy unleashes it and uses its potential to blur the lines between the user's reality and the simulation they're engaged in. The Airy can only be used in a controlled medical environment. Okay. Wait, there's more? So that's the new Animus chair. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, there's something here. Mr. Director, it's requested I'm keeping you abreast of Dr. Pauling's latest findings. Please find an article slated for PNSA enclosed, which proposes a structural model for deoxyribonucleic acid. I'll spare you the details, but you'll find his triple helix model, made of 3 intertwined standards of DNA, to be highly elegant. It rivals his earlier work on protein structure. I believe Abstergo Chemicals should pay special attention to the evolution of DNA science, as it will likely unlock the very secrets of life. Please note I would be more than willing to play a more direct role to encourage Dr. Pauling's research efforts, if you wish me to. In the meantime, I wanted to thank you for trusting me with the business of the Foundation. I am honored to facilitate the work of such brilliant scientists. Kind regards, Clinton B. Rosenberg, PhD. There's something else. Mr. Director, I don't know if you're still part of Abstergo. Sometimes when I get lost in senior moments, I wonder if you ever existed at all. I'm just so tired. I think my time here is coming to an end. We're sequencing whole genomes in a matter of weeks now. We're under phenomenal pressure to reduce delays further and ship everything to this man Vidic. We truly are nothing more than an assembly line at this point. What a waste. I'm not stupid, you know. Even this old man has realized our masters are after something of utmost importance hidden in the human genome. They spare no expense to provide my kids with the most advanced technology to increase productivity. Like everyone here, I've heard the most preposterous rumors about Vidix's Animus project, the memories of someone's ancestors encoded in one's genes, that Abstergo believes that Claptrap explains why so many millions of dollars keep pouring in here. It just makes no sense. And to top it off, I never found another sample with triple helix DNA. My life's obsession was all for naught. So long, my friend. Okay. And there's another version of the Animus. Unlock the secrets of our past. And that's the one I saw before. That's the one that was in Assassin's Creed 1. Hey, look! That's cool. I don't know what the first one's from. Second one's Hatham. One after that is Liberations, which I still need to play. Third one, I'm thinking that's like the multiplayer for Assassin's Creed. You play as the Doctor. Other one's number 2. Last one's number 3. And there's Edward. One after that, I don't know. One after that is Assassin's Creed 2. One after that is number 3. It might be Liberations, because I think the girl in Liberations teams up with Connor. The one after that is number 4. The one after that is definitely an online game. Ooh, that's from the movie. The portable Animus HR-8 is Abstergo's latest innovation. It channels the power of the Airy in a single compact suitcase that allows dedicated professionals to use this unit in the field. Previous operations sometimes required delicate extractions, or place some genetic memories out of reach. With a minimal medical support, technicians can now use the system for their own exploration or explorations ran on select a person of interest, in the comfort of their surroundings. For safety purposes, the epidural connection has been replaced by a hematological link. It sequences the information stored in the user's red blood cells. Like any intravenous intervention, the result is fast, intense, and intertwined to the user's biological functions. Just like the Airy, the simulation is not transmitted to the user's brain. It is physically rendered through the user's organs and interpreted by the brain as being real. Oh. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. And what's in field briefing? I swear I read this. Simon locate and recover artifact of higher interest in the Quadora Depression. Forecasted location and uploaded coordinates. Unidentified cave/chrono/horror geological information. Team is to work remotely with technician on premises and medical officer stationed at fixed accommodation location. If found, the artifact is to be swiftly retrieved, taken back to HBA. Contact John Kane in London for paperwork and travel arrangements. Okay. Okay, now the pictures. Almost done. New York City, 1989. Riding my back in Queens without my training wheels. Ah, so this is Layla. Okay. Up to no good, 1994. Pricking apart the fucking telephone. Backstage at Raw Victoria concert, Madison Square Garden, 2000. I guess she's camera shy. These guys like black way too much, but honestly, I can't argue. Best use of Berkeley's dorm. Best use? What do you mean best use? What are you doing? I don't understand. Call of Adventure. See you later, Philly. Oops, wrong one. Hey, I'm Layla. Ask me anything. You look computer generated. That face looks computer generated. My entry for the do-it-yourself pinball contest. Whoa, okay. I'm sorry, that actually looks really cool. Smart girl. Okay. What's WER? At Laylathan Hassan is now moderating the WER Mind-Blowing channel. Got a story that sounds like fiction, but that's actually science. Post it. There are minds to be blown and brains to be fed. Play nice or I'll get you banned. For starters. For starters? Another fake so-called Voynich manuscript popped up at auction last week in Athens, Greece. It's the third time in the past 10 years. Funny how this manuscript keeps appearing in history books, only to be stolen shortly after. And for what? Flower sketches and esoteric formulas? Rumor has it even Abstergo has a major interest in the item, but you didn't hear that from me. So is this like a blog or something? Crystal balls do exist that are shaped like computers. Cryodynamics is right off from Asimov's Psyche History. Forward-thinking scientists are using historical data from the past to build mathematical models that help them predict the future. So far, they're pretty accurate. Problem is, the future ain't pretty. Would you trust your rig to tell you what's coming? Is tomorrow really only a string of numbers? Tomorrow's fucking hell, bitch. Susie Patootie challenges the users of WER Mindblown to a contest for the best do-it-yourself pinball machine ever built. Entries must be submitted before 6/18/2017 with a link showing the machine in action. If there aren't any sound or light effects, don't even bother submitting. Maker's gonna get tinkered. Ah, so that's why she made it. I am Layla, and I'll be hosting on AMA on the 7th of the 7th, 2017. So AMA about WER Mindblown, life hacks, keyboard pimping, cutting-edge technologies, Zetetics, classic rock, and my travels. Be warned, though, I won't be answering anything pertaining to Abstergo Industries. I enjoy using the word no, so make an effort and ask something that won't bore me. Wow. Ground-penetrating radars are used to explore what might be hidden under ancient monuments. Cavities were detected under the Sphinx's paws some 20 years ago. Most are natural caves, but some have yet to be investigated. Could one of them be the mythical Hall of Records? A lost library, much like the Lost Library of Alexandria? The idea is not new, Gladstone Kitteridge-esque, when on famous digs trying to uncover the lost knowledge in the 19th century. Thank God my voice doesn't have to get sore anymore. Also, my cursor goes a bit slow when I'm going over these. So that's to turn it off. And what's this? That's nothing. Oh, trash can. More stuff. What? Sophia Ricken! There's no nice way to put this, so I'll be honest. We met years ago. I remember seeing you for the first time, crossing McLaughlin Hall at Berkeley, and thinking just how you would thrive in Abstergo's Young Innovators program. And then I watched you make the jump into the great unknown. But the fact is, even after all the insight you've given us, I'm still not sure I can place my trust in you to be part of the Animus project here in Madrid. How many sanctions were added to your operation file after I asked you to respect the boundaries of your assignments? Too many, Layla, too many. You have a brilliant mind, but you're also unpredictable. I cannot afford to have a loose cannon in the lab putting the team's progress at risk. It's hard enough to handle the subject as it is. I wish you would put your spirit to greater use, that I could give you a task and know how deep down that the next morning I would find you ironing out the details, and not in the lounge rearranging a highly classified piece of code on an unsecured laptop. Work hard, Layla, and forget about one day moving to the Animus Project. Focus on the challenges on the History Research Division. They are tailored for you. Perhaps one day if you change your ways I will reach out again, just as I did in Berkeley. But until then I ask you to respect my decision and stop contacting me. Fucking hell. Okay. From Layla Hassan to Ashraf. Hey Mom, hey Dad, it's been a while. I hope you're doing okay, and my overprotective brothers too. My next assignment is taking me to Egypt. I'm leaving tomorrow, and well, it made me think of you. Of course I'm not supposed to disclose any of the information for mission details, but you know how bad I am with rules. Going back to Egypt, I don't know, it feels right, I want you to know. Not sure it'll make you happy, but everything's falling into place it seems. You never forgave me for dropping out of Berkeley, but in the end I got a place at Abstergo. I got to make a name for myself. And now it's leading me back to the country of our ancestors, on official business no less, and not on some backpacking pipe dream. Those were your exact words, Dad. See, I thought maybe you'd like to know that. I could fly back in for a visit. When I come back, we can invite Rami and Caden and talk like adults. Well, maybe not Caden. I'm still not sure he knows how to adult. And I could tell you all about my trip, and something else I've been working on. Not sure you'd approve, but I think I'm on the brink of something big. And if I can just show you, you'll understand why I left Berkeley like I did. Being stubborn is the best thing you could wish on a daughter, Dad, I promise. Yeah, I killed the family phone 20 years ago, but because of it, and because of all the other appliances I might have sacrificed, I could build a mean machine today. Sorry I broke the toaster. Now you can't have your delicious bread. Rami, long story short, I'm standing in the middle of Alexandria's very busy soak district, Egypt, not Virginia, Rami. And I have no time for email etiquette. I just need you to send me this picture of Mom, the one we took in Florida while we were visiting all the parks. I think I just found the perfect headscarf to replace the one she lost while we were on the trip years ago. Oh, and don't tell me where I am. It's a surprise. Don't tell them, okay. I didn't expect to find those in the trash can. Now for the best part. Audio! Now I get to listen instead of read. So long, suckers.
So long, and thanks for all the fish, Berkeley. March 21st, 2006. The day Layla Hassan drops out of college. That's right, Professor Moore. I'm not finishing that Jane Eyre paper. I got a job, and I'm headed to Philly next week. This whole classroom thing, it's not for me. Mom and Dad are freaking out, but they'll accept it. I'll be working towards something real, making real money, and I'll be closer to home. Not that I'll visit any more often. Sophia promised there would always be a place for me at Abstergo, as long as I show them what I can do with a circuit board and a pair of pliers. Sure, I'll have to work my way up to a place on her special project, but that doesn't matter. It won't be long before she or her father, Mr. Alan Ricken, notices what I'm capable of and asks for my help on the Animus.
Okay.
I swear, I get more done reading the latest copy of Wired on the toilet than the rest of the guys do all day in the lab. I mean, the body band? Really? If people can't take a walk on their own, they aren't going to listen to a watch that tells them to do it either. This is all so pointless. I should just go back to... Wait, that's probably what the body band would tell me to do. What I should do is build something that will simultaneously blow people's minds and the doors off the Animus Project. Nothing at Abstergo Fitness is going to be big enough for that. I'm bored as hell. But there's nothing like boredom to stimulate creativity. Yep. I think the body band needs a little adjustment to its language processing program.
Okay, body band. Such ennui, much bored. Home again.
The right decision always feels like home. My stuff's the same. My locker smells the same. It's like I never left. But I did. And I can never unlearn what I know now. How will it change my work at the Historical Research Division? Hard to say. All I know is that it will. Our Dom booked us a lunch. Nothing fancy. She wanted me to meet Deanna Geary, my new medical officer. She looks like she was born in the middle of a cornfield, but she seems okay. I can't believe she left homemade cookies on my desk. I don't know why I told her about getting stood up last weekend. I never talk about personal stuff at work. At least it seems like I can trust her. You need that to stay alive in the field. Too bad most of Abstergo's tactical units don't consider trust a priority.
Ouch. Trick or treat.
Aho, the portable Animus. No mention in the official credits, but all those emails, all those middle-of-the-night phone calls from Madrid, there's a lot of me in there. Sophia, if I'd known you just wanted to strip mine my brain and leave me in the dark, I never would have followed you. Go away! There's no candy here! Nothing in life is ever free. Ever. The Animus. I can tell.
Nothing in life is free!
My advice. Just look how they did the
Go away, you
heat
kids!
sinks, the VRMs, the high amperage rating by transistor. It was me who told them it would offset failure of the... What's this? Hello there, DNA reader module. Are you ringing my doorbell? Maybe there's some candy here after all.
DNA render module. Oh, whoops. Under the hood.
I've come to the conclusion that Sophia is shit at hiring staff. The entire Madrid facility. Ugh. How do they not see it? It would be so easy. You just have to parse the genetic memory input and work from smaller data pools. You could even process incomplete samples and still create a reliable model for high levels of synchronization. The reader module and the decryption software would need an update, but it's doable. Madrid's probably congratulating themselves just for getting this far. Meanwhile, I'm partying with some congealed veggie curry, 3 plasma screens, a disassembled Animus, and Raw Victoria's debut album on loop. It's hectic. Dee will be mad when she sees how I use Milton's DNA, but what did she expect when she asked me for help? I needed someone's genetic profile to test the Animus, and, well, his was right there. All in the name of science.
And she gets angry at you because of it. A girl named Deanna.
I like morning briefings. They're short, minimal nonsense, and they have free coffee. No downtime this week. They're putting me and Dee on a plane to Alexandria 2 days from now. I don't get why Hathaway's in such a rush. We're being deployed to extract an artifact. If it were a person of interest, the push would make more sense. A person could be halfway across the world in a couple of hours. But an artifact that's been sitting around for 2,000 years, it's not going anywhere. An artifact of high interest. Heard that before. It always ends up being some crappy pottery shard or half an old book. My Animus runs on DNA, not tableware. It'll be strange visiting Egypt for the first time since 2013. Back then I went looking for my roots, and found trouble instead. It's good that Dee's coming. She always keeps me from doing anything too stupid.
Yeah, because they're definitely looking for old pottery shit. Found the member load.
The artifact of high
Mother load.
interest is also a person of interest. A mummy. And a golden opportunity. I've informed Dee of some changes I'm making to our assignment parameters. She acted mad, but I know she's eager to see my Animus field tested. Abstergo won't mind. Well, they would if they found out, but they won't. Hathaway's intel was a disaster. They have no idea what's going on with this extraction. Field tech is fun and all, but that's not why I left Berkeley. If the Animus lets me ride DNA this old, if the reader can model the missing codons and extrapolate the genetic memories that aren't mine, Sophia would lose her Abstergo. Abstergo will come to me on their hands and knees. My name will be right up there with Warren Viddick's. Ana Metakidaminda. Too bad the Madrid facility got
The subtitles are like way
But I'm gonna
behind.
do one soon. This one will be in Philly, and its lead engineer will be Layla Hassan.
Okay. Well, that's all of them. So, the artifact they're looking for is a mummy? A mummy. A golden mummy or something. That's what they're looking for. Not the Apple of Eden, not anything to do with the Eden things. A mummy that might be connected to the Eden things. That's interesting, I guess. Anything else I can click on? Menu? Nope. Well, power off. That took a long time to read. Jesus Christ. Oh, I need a breather.